Hey there! In today's video, I'll show you how to use public transportation to travel from San Francisco International Airport to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. This trip will utilize 3 different transit agencies and 4 different modes of transportation. I'll highlight the new way to pay for this trip and how much it will cost versus a rideshare or driving. If you're traveling from downtown San Francisco, feel free to skip ahead to the Caltrain Chapter. We begin at the departure level of Terminal 1, also known as Level 2. This guide will be the same no matter what terminal you are coming from. First step, we'll be making our way up to the Air Train station. To get to the Air Train station, we'll take the escalators or elevators up to Level 3. If you're coming from baggage claim, you'll be starting on Level 1. Once upstairs on Level 3, follow the signs for the Air Train. Cross the road using this covered sky bridge. Then you can turn left or right to take one final escalator or elevator up to the Air Train platform. Do note that BART is not a 24-hour service, and the trains run from 5 a.m. to midnight Monday through Friday, and on a reduced schedule over the weekend. Make sure to visit bart.gov for more up-to-date schedules. This air train is free to use and no ticket is needed to board. Once you arrive on the air train platform, you'll have a choice between a red line train or a blue line train. Both will get you to the BART station eventually. The red line will go clockwise around just the terminals and garages, where the blue line goes counterclockwise out to the rental car facility. The stop you board at will determine what line is fastest for you. From Terminal 1, it's the same time to take either the blue or red, but from, say, Terminal G, it would make much more sense to take the blue line because it's only one stop. I chose the blue line since this train was coming first. Our stop is called Garage G/BART. The transfer here is pretty straightforward. Follow signs for BART. A few days before I recorded this, a new way to pay for fares was launched called Clipper 2.0. This allows you to just tap your contactless debit or credit card onto the fare gates. No need for a separate fare card. Make sure you use the same card each time you tap in, when transferring, and tapping out. Everyone needs their own credit or debit card, and at this time it's only available for adult fares. So if you need a children's fare, head to the fare machines located right before the fare gates. Once you get down to the platform, look for a red line train to Milbrae/Caltrain. This is not the train that goes to downtown San Francisco and Oakland, so do not board that. After 9 p.m., the train taking you to Milbrae Caltrain will be a yellow line train. If you want to see what it's like to take BART into the city, check out my video here. And after a short wait, our train pulled into the station. Now, regarding luggage, be sure to check out the Levi Stadium regulations on what you can and cannot bring into the stadium. Almost all bags, unless they are approved clear bags, will have to be checked into a locker outside the stadium before entering. This service may vary from event to event, so something to figure out before heading to a game. BART has recently put their new trains into service, and I think they're a huge improvement over the older ones. No need to find the perfect seat because we'll only be on this train for 4 minutes. The trains are bright, and mine was super clean. There are large digital screens with the next stop information, which isn't necessary for this trip since we'll only be traveling the one more stop to the end of the line, which is Milbrae Caltrain. The cost for taking BART from SFO to Milbrae is $5.85 as of February 2026. However, this includes a discounted transfer to Caltrain and a free transfer to the VTA light rail, which I'll explain more on later. After stepping off BART, head up the escalator or elevator located underneath the overpass to the mezzanine level. Here we'll tap out of the BART system with the same debit or credit card at these new fare gates and turn to head to Platform 5, which is where the southbound Caltrain service calls at. There's both an elevator or an escalator to help you get to the platform below. Once you're on the platform, look for these clipper pylons to tap the same contactless credit or debit card to validate the transfer. With this new clipper system, your transfer to the Caltrain is discounted, making the Caltrain portion only $3.40. There's also a ticket machine if you want to buy a ticket. This is my first time riding the brand new electric Stadler train sets that Caltrain just bought, and wow, they are beautiful! The acceleration of these trains alone has cut down on total journey time across this whole line. They unfortunately do not have level boarding, but there are ramps you can request from the conductor if you'd like one. It's so nice to step onto a European train in North America. It's just light years ahead of other trains we have here. Most of the seating is in a 2x2 configuration with a few set up for groups of 4 at a table. The legroom is decent for this 40-minute ride. For reference, I'm 6'4". There's a little shelf between the seats to give a little extra space between you and your neighbor, and these seats were firm, but I'm sure over time they'll break in. Above you can find a very small storage area that might be able to fit a jacket. At either end of the car, there's this lounge area with a row of seats. It was pretty nice, and I moved here when my stop was coming up, which was very easy to keep an eye on since these trains have big digital screens with what stops are coming up. This train makes a lot of stops, but thanks to being electrified, it can now stop and start much quicker. The seats with table are a great option if you're traveling in a group or with kids. I did see some seats have outlets underneath them, but I didn't try them out. Another cool feature is this simple light design that turns green to show which side of the train you should exit at the next station. Now let's go check out the restroom on board. Each train only has one bathroom located on the first floor. Luckily, the train has an open gangway design so you can move throughout easily. If you're in a mobility device, the restroom is located in the same car as the accessible seating. It's a large accessible bathroom and was in decent shape for being the only restroom on board. Hello! There's also a changing table if you're traveling with children. One thing I found odd was the lack of cell service on the train, especially in Silicon Valley. The areas this train goes through do not have a lot of cell towers, and the windows limit some of the signal strength. Luckily, the train also has free Wi-Fi, and it was lightning fast. Before I knew it, we're pulling into our next transfer station of Mountain View. If you have a little time to kill before the game, I would recommend grabbing some food and drink here, or just walk around this little cute downtown. I unfortunately do not have time and will be making the connection to our last form of transportation for the day, the Valley Transportation Authority Light Rail. To access the light rail, walk north along the platform and follow the hordes of people in red and gold. Don't forget to tap out with your same credit or debit card on this clipper pylon that has the Caltrain logo before crossing to the light rail. Walk to this pedestrian crossing and turn right. Be sure to look both ways as you cross the tracks. Here you'll tap your same credit or debit card on the clipper pylon, and because you're transferring, the fare will be $0. Hooray for interagency integration! This is the end of the line for the VTA, so trains may wait a while before departing. Each game has its own special event schedule, so be sure to look it up on their website to see the timetable for your event. These trains will fill up, so if you can, it's best to get on right when it arrives so you aren't standing for the windy 26-minute trip to Levi Stadium. The legroom is tight but manageable, and all the seats are padded and pretty comfortable. The atmosphere is always fun on these trains going to the game, and who doesn't like flying by traffic in a train? When you arrive at the Great America station, follow the herd to the entrance of the tailgate area and eventually the entrance to the stadium. The grand total for this trip is $9.25 one way. Compare that to a taxi, which would be $120 to $150, or driving, which you'll have to pay $70 to $80 and be stuck in traffic before and after the game. Now, with transit, the trade-off is the time it takes. This journey took a little under an hour and a half, but I was able to be productive and arrive relaxed, which is something I can't say about driving in stadium parking lots fighting for parking. I think it's a no-brainer if you're flying into SFO for the game or headed from downtown San Francisco to take transit to see the 49ers, or if you're here for the Super Bowl this year. I'll have another video out shortly on how to get from downtown San Jose to Levi, so please subscribe if you enjoyed this content and want to see more. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm off to spend $28 on a hot dog.